What's up, everybody? And this week we are going to talk about running an effective Google AdWords campaign on Google and how to perform keyword research to make sure that you are building the most effective ad campaign as you possibly can on Google and capitalizing on your budget. So right here, this is your Google Ads campaign, and if you've never been here before, you can get to this through your GMB. You can also just go to ads.google.com, and this is pretty much where you can build all of your ads. Choose, okay, do you want to get more calls, more website sales? Do you want to get more visits to your location? Do you want to get video views? Whatever goals you want to choose. This is where you come in and do this, right? You can choose, like, this is one of our clients. That's why their information just populated in there. But anyway, so what we want to talk about is doing keyword research to make sure that you are building the most effective ad campaign as you possibly can in Google, right? So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to go to Google, all right, and you're going to type in keyword planner. All right, now these first things right here, first off, anytime you see something right here that says ad, okay, that is a Google keywords ad. So SEMrush is actually running an ad with Keyword Planner as the targeted keyword for their ad. Anything that has this right here is going to charge you. So you don't want to click on this because you're going to end up paying for their service, and it's free. It's right here. So this is what you're looking for. Ads.google.com, home, tools, keyword planner. Choose the right keywords with our research tool. Okay, that's what you want right there. So click on that. Now here you are right here. This takes you back into your ads, Google, and you can save, which is what we've done. Once you find this one time, you save this as a favorite so that you can just pull it up right here in your favorites bar as easy as you want to. So let's go to the keyword planner. Okay, now this is our keyword planner, right? So we can discover new keywords, and we can also get search volume and forecasts. All right, so to discover new keywords, we will start with this first. So what this is going to do is, let's say child custody attorney, right? Child custody attorney, right? Let's say I'm an attorney and I do family law. We type in child custody attorney. There's no suggestions found. All right, so let's try something else. Let's try this. Divorce attorney. Boom. Okay. Now, these are your keywords by relevance. You can see how many times their average monthly search is, the year-over-year change, the competition, which is going to be how many other businesses are running Google ad campaigns with the same keywords. And then you've got your bid range, which is your low to high, right? So say and this is right now, so one thing to be sure of is when you start this, it's going to automatically default you throughout the entire United States. So you can see right here, it's got the location. So right here, you want to change this. You want to delete that. And let's just say we're looking for Tupelo, right? All right. So let's just go with Tupelo. So there's a lot more smaller relevance here in this area. A lot more smaller on the monthly searches. One thing to keep in mind is when you define all the way down geographically to like just a specific city or a specific zip code, or even if you just do, Northeast Mississippi, you did like 4 or 5, you're going to see this 10 to 100. If you see that, basically it just means that we've narrowed this down to such a small geographical location that Google just does not have the data to accurately reflect how many actual Google searches there are a month of this. So I can pretty much guarantee that there are more than 100 Google searches in a month for divorce attorneys in this area. However, it is not quite in the thousands range, right? Once you start talking 1,000 to 10,000 searches a month, that's when it'll start to register right here a little bit higher. But anytime you see this, just know that, okay, yes, there's probably more than 100 people searching, but there's not enough for Google to actually have specific and accurate tracking data. What you really need to be paying attention to is right here, which is your low to high range bids. So when you see that there are people spending upwards of almost $7 a bid, then you need to realize that what that's telling you is that is a really common key phrase. It's a really common keyword. And what this one is divorce attorney near me. Okay? One of the biggest trends in Google right now is the near me searches. Whether you're searching for a plumber, a doctor, a lawyer, a restaurant, whatever. Typically, if you're looking for something and you don't know, you're going to be like, whatever I'm searching for, near me. And then Google will then use your location data to apply to the search to figure out what the most relevant return of the result is. So that is the number one key phrase, which you can see right there. You have high competition. So the higher the competition, the higher you're going to be able to need to bid per click. So that's what we're looking at here. So on Google, the difference between Google and Facebook is on Facebook, you're only paying per impression, right? On Google, you're paying per click, and it's a bid system. So if your budget's $100 and you're willing to pay $5 per click, then you're going to get a higher bid than anybody that's not willing to pay that much. So the closer to the top you can be on these bid ranges, the better or the more results that you're going to see, and the more times your ad's going to get an impression. Now, if you have a high bid, but you have a low budget, then you're looking at, okay, you're probably going to burn through your budget really quickly. Your ad will not get as much visibility as it should, and you're probably just going to throw a lot of money out of the window. But anyway, so the things you're looking for here is, okay, your average monthly searches. In an area like ours, you're very rarely going to see anything like this that's not going to say 10 to 100, right? So we can even do, let's do lawyer. Like that's a super simple. That's like, so even there, right? So lawyer. So even with something super simple as lawyer, you're not showing more than 100 searches just because we don't live in an area that's a big enough metropolitan area to have enough search data for Google to really track it. So keep your eye on the competition, keep your eye on the low range, keep your eye on the high range. Those are the three things that are going to be most important, because the higher the bid range, the more competitive the keyword, which means that the more competitive the keyword, the better chance you've got of actually getting leads from that keyword. All right, so let's go back to here. Actually, let's go back to, we'll just start all over, because now we want to do, oops. Okay, what's going on? There we go. Okay, so now we're going to look at your search volume and forecasts. Okay, so we're back here to the Google Ads home, keyword planner. So we've already done discovering the keywords. Now we're going to get search volume and forecast. This is where you can get a little bit better, a little bit more accurate information as far as how many people are actually doing a search. So let's try, see what the divorce attorney does here. All right, so there you go, 10 to 100K, but once again, we're back at the United States, right? So we default to the United States. So let's go back to Tupelo. So there you go. So divorce attorney, 10 to 100. So occasionally you can come into this tool and it will give you a little bit better insights as far as your search traffic and the forecasting for the keywords. I don't really use this much because everything this shows you at a basic level is already in your keywords ideas where we were at earlier. The only other thing we'll talk about real quick is negative keywords. Okay, here's something you want to consider to be very important. Negative keywords is going to be anything that can be easily misconstrued as having to do with your industry or your ad that you don't want to rank for. I'll give you an example. Uh, like one of the businesses that I own is iJump. So if I run a paid ad for iJump and say I'm running the ad with the keywords kids night out, birthday party facilities, anything like that, one of the things I would want to put as a negative keyword is iJump, right? And here's why: because if somebody does a Google search for iJump, I'm gonna organically populate on my own. I don't need a paid ad for a specific search that's specific to the name of my business, because I'm gonna pop up. And so a lot of times your paid ad will still populate even if they do a search for your business name. So whatever your business name is, a really good practice, unless you just really want people to click on your ad, by searching for your business, a really smart thing to do is just have your business name at least removed as a negative keyword. That way, if somebody does Google search for your business by name, they're not clicking on your ad and charging you money. They can click on your organic, your natural listing. It's not going to cost you anything. You don't have to pay for that click. Some other things might be, anything that, maybe if you're an attorney, but you're a family law attorney, some negative keywords might be anything outside of the realm that you don't want to do. If you're not business law and you don't want to populate for anything business law related, you can put those keywords in here. So it's basically going to be anything that you feel like could be a commonly misconstrued for your business. Maybe Google is in the past ranked you and showed your results for something that had nothing to do with your business. Your negative keywords right here is where you would add that campaign in to be able to run an effective campaign. If you have any questions as far as running an effective campaign, if you would like any help, you can obviously reach out to us over here at Ignited Digital Media. We do run Google AdWords campaigns. We run them for a few of our customers, and we've got some pretty solid results. We've got a client that hasn't even spent $50 of their budget yet and has already gotten over 50 call to actions on their ad. So I mean, they've had I think over 30 times they've had people click for directions. I think they've had 9 or 10 phone calls, and they've had about 12 or 13 visits to their website, and they haven't even spent $50 of their budget yet. So when they're built right and you use tools like your keyword planner, advertising on Google can be extremely effective. But anyway, if you have any questions, reach out to us. I hope this video helped at least one person out there. And until next week, we'll see y'all later.